I'm just reminded of a statement made by Osho in one of his books. There is only one difference between a rich man's marriage and a poor man's marriage. A rich man, it is because of his richness, he can afford the luxury of selecting a lady with whom he wants to suffer lifelong. And a poor man suffers a woman selected by somebody else. And there is some significance in my making this statement here. In love also there are two types of love. One love is, it is addressed, and the second type of love is unaddressed. Addressed love is selfish, adulterated, defined, and it is inhibited. Unaddressed love, it is unselfish, and it is all persuasive. And the love of a father is not simply love which is born of sympathy, and the love of a father is like compassion, it is born of empathy. There is a difference between sympathy and empathy. Sympathy is most of the time, it is of no use. When you cannot help the sufferer, don't regret calamities, says Emerson. If you are not in a position to help the sufferers, don't express your mere sympathies. And fathers, they don't express their mere sympathies. They are men of empathy. Every father is a Vallal. Every father is like a Vallalar. Vallalar, a great Tamil poet, when he was confronted with poverty and drought everywhere, and when he could not find even a blade of grass anywhere around him, he made a statement. He reacted to it. வாடிய பயிரை கண்டபோதெல்லாம் நானும் வாடினேன். And that statement was a symbol of humanism. If all fathers are expected to develop the sense of humanism. In humanism, all virtues can be comprehended. You need not look for virtues in isolation. Whether he is good, whether he has all the virtues in it. Look for humanism in a father. If a father has got humanism, then he is more than a human being. Next thing I would like to dilate upon is, every father should be a man with some vision. I remember to have read one of the essays written by Robert Lind. That essay was entitled Forgetfulness. Man and women, both of us, we are prone to forgetfulness. Nobody is free from the sense of forgetfulness. One day, a father was drawing a picture, and he was so absorbed in drawing the picture, he did not know where he kept his sketch pen. And he shouted for his wife, stirring in the kitchen. And he called her, "Come here. When I am drawing a picture, what are you doing inside the kitchen?" That lady said, "What do you want?" "I have been drawing the picture for so long, and I don't know where I have placed my sketch pen. Please get it for me." The wife got angry and she shouted at the husband, "You must be a man of forgetfulness, and your forgetfulness is something incorrigible and invincible, and you have just kept the sketch pen on your ear, but you are searching for it everywhere." காதுக்கு மேலேயே sketch pen வச்சிட்டு நீ வெளியே தேடிட்டு இருக்கேன். உடனே ஹஸ்பண்ட் சொன்னா, "I know that I have kept it on the ear, but tell me which ear I forgot." காதுல தான் பென்சில் வச்சிருக்கேன்னு தெரியும், எந்த காதுன்னு சொல்லு நான் மறந்துட்டேன். அப்போ whether you are a father or a mother, we are all subject to the sense of forgetfulness. One sociologist wanted to make a study. He wanted to find out why men are forgetful and what are they forgetful about. Why women are forgetful and what are they forgetful about. So he conducted a study. He prepared only two questions. What is the day today and what is the date today? He prepared only two questions to be administered to a set of men and women. And he asked all men and women, his subjects, this question. What is the day today and what is the date today? இன்னைக்கு என்ன கிழமைன்னு கேட்டான், இன்னைக்கு என்ன நாள்னு கேட்டான். Most of women, they remembered the day, but they forgot the date. Most of the men, they remembered the date, but they forgot the day. நிறைய ஆம்பளைங்க இன்னைக்கு என்ன நாள்னா சனிக்கிழமைன்னு சொல்ல தெரியாது, but they remember the date. நிறைய லேடிஸ் கிட்ட வாட் இஸ் த டேட் டுடேனா அவங்களால டேட்டை சொல்ல முடியல, இன்னைக்கு சனிக்கிழமைன்னு மட்டும் they were able to come out with that answer. And the result, it was surprising, and it took the sociologists by surprise. He wanted to find out why men do forget days, why do women forget dates, and he came to the conclusion. It is by virtue of the fact men are more interactive in the society. They are not bothered about immediate future, they are bothered about distant future. And it is because women, they don't have much interaction with the society. It's a limitation imposed upon them by the society. They're not as interactive as men are. So, in a mother's life, only a week exists, Monday to Friday. And she cannot see what is beyond that, Sunday. Monday to Sunday it exists in the mother's life. But father is always worried about the future because he is expected to be a visionary. Now, Tenzing, the first man to get topped the peaks of Everest. And he made the conquest of the Everest. And he was the first man to get climbed the Everest. முதல்ல இந்த எவரெஸ்ட் சிகரத்தை ஏறி இறங்கினவன் டென்சன் உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். And when he came down, newspaper reporters were waiting for him. And ஒரு newspaper reporter போய் கேட்டான், சார், why did you climb? நீங்க உலகத்திலே யாருமே ஏறாத உயரமான எவரெஸ்ட் மேலே ஏன் ஏறீங்க? Why did you top that Everest? Why did you climb the Everest? Can you guess the reply given by him? And the reply was simply monumental, though it was very simple. Why did you climb the Everest? You are the first man to get climbed the Everest. நீங்க தான் முதல்ல எவரெஸ்ட் சிகரத்து மேலே ஏறினீங்க. ஏன் ஏறினீங்கன்னு கேட்டதுக்கு he came out with only one simple answer. I climbed the Everest because it was there. I climbed the Everest because it was there. இப்போ நம்ம ஊருக்கு பக்கத்தில் கூட சின்ன சின்ன மலைகள்லாம் இருக்கு. Just because the mountains are there, do we climb? We don't climb. அப்போ what was the significance, what was the implication contained in the statement made by Tenzing பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, why did you climb? I climbed it because it was there. அப்புறம் சொன்னா, when I was a child, my father used to take me for a walk. நான் குழந்தையா இருக்கும்போது எங்கள் அப்பா கையை பிடிச்சிட்டு கூட்டிகிட்டு போவார். And whenever we took a look at the Everest, my father used to tell me, now take a look at the Everest, the snow-clad peaks, the highest peak under the sun. When compared to the Everest, we are nothing or next nothing. When compared to the might and majesty of the Everest, we are nothing or next nothing. Then in the சின்ன பையன், Tenzing as a small kid, he took a look at the tallest peak under the sun, the Everest. அன்னைக்கு he took a resolve. One day or other, I am going to top the Everest. One day or other, I am going to top the Everest. இன்னைக்கு ஒரு நாள் வந்து நான் எவரெஸ்ட் சிகரத்து மேலே ஏறுவேன். And he toiled like anything and he made the conquest of the Everest. அப்போ fathers, since you are all visionaries, instead of making a lot of fuss about little things, you should prepare your children for obsessions. அப்போ that professor who was asking for the sketch pen said, I did not know where I kept my pen அப்படின்னா. Why did he forget where he kept it? In fact, he kept it on the ear. காது மேல தான் வச்சிருந்தான். ஆனா சொல்றான் எந்த காதுன்னு மறந்துட்டானா, he was obsessed with the art of drawing. அப்போ fathers, you must be able to create a sense of obsession in the minds of your children. Let them not be prepared for ordinary challenges in life. They should be prepared for magnificent obsessions. What is a magnificent obsession? பாத்தீங்கன்னா, once Swami Vivekananda, at the time he was only a monk. And he was not even named Vivekananda, he was called only Narendra. He was a young saint. அவர் ஒரு young saint இருந்தாரு. வாரணாசிக்கு வந்து paid a visit to Varanasi. பல ஊர் வந்து some places, they are notorious for something, they are famous for something. And Varanasi was notorious for monkeys. நிறைய monkeys அங்க இருக்கும். அப்போ இவர் வந்து he walked along a particular street in Varanasi, not knowing the danger awaiting him. அங்க என்ன danger இருக்குன்னு தெரியாம நடந்து போயிட்டு இருந்தாரு. திடீர்னு திரும்பி பார்த்தா he saw one or two monkeys following him with killer instinct in their eyes. ஒரு குரங்கு ரெண்டு குரங்கு ஃபாலோ பண்ணிச்சு. And he started running. And the monkeys also started chasing. And the chase became a mortal chase. ஒரு உயிரை கையில் பிடிச்சிட்டு ஓடினாரு. ரொம்ப தூரம் ஓடின பிறகு திரும்பி பார்த்தாரு. He saw a battalion of monkeys chasing him like anything. Had he stopped, he would have been torn to pieces. அவர் மட்டும் நம்ம இனிமேல் ஓட முடியாது. He was almost exhausted. He was almost run out. But he kept running. நின்றிருந்தார்னா, and all the monkeys would have overtaken him and torn his body into pieces. அப்போ he did not know what to do. He was a young man running. அப்போ by the side of the road there was another saint sitting on meditation. அவன் கண்ணை மூடி தியானத்தில் உட்கார்ந்திருந்தான். He was disturbed by the footfalls. இந்த தடதடன்னு சத்தம் கேட்டதுனால அவன் டிஸ்டர்ப் ஆயிட்டான். கண்ணை திறந்து பார்த்தான். And within a second he was able to understand the predicament in which Vivekananda was placed. விவேகானந்தரோட அந்த critical situation he was able to understand. அவன் சொன்னா stop. அப்படியே கண்ணை திறந்து சொன்னா ஸ்டாப் அப்படின்னா. விவேகானந்தா ஸ்டாப்ட். ஃபேஸ் த ப்ரூட்னா. அப்படியே he faced the brute. This time monkey stopped. Stop and face the brutes. And Vivekananda immediately stopped and he looked into the eyes of the monkeys. This time the monkeys got seized with fear. அது அப்படியே நின்றுச்சு. They started fleeing away one after another. அப்போ அவருடைய அந்த புத்தகத்தில் எழுதுறாரு, my education philosophyங்கிற புத்தகத்தில் அவர் எழுதுறாரு, அன்னைக்கு மட்டும் had I not stopped and faced the brutes, I would have been lost, I would have been killed. In life you will have lot of problems. Life is full of problems. life is not a bed full of roses, it is full of problems. Each problem is like a monkey. And if you don't solve the problem by facing them bravely, they will get accumulated in number and they will overpower you one day or other. Appo, being fathers, you must be able to create a sense of bravery in the minds of your children. And you should prepare them for getting obsessed with great things. Albert Einstein, the man who was able to count the stars in the sky, could not even count the change. அவர்கிட்ட ஒரு 10 ரூபாய்க்கு சில்லறை காசு கொடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னா, he was never able to count it correct. வானத்துல நட்சத்திரங்களை அவன் எண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறவன். Since he was obsessed with something great, he was not bothered about something trivial. So don't make your children get obsessed with trivialities. Make them, prepare them for better challenges. And parents, especially fathers, a father should be a karma yogi. ஏன்னா ஒரு மதரோட லைஃப்ல she doesn't have anything beyond a week because of limited social interaction. ஆனா ஒரு ஃபாதரோட லைஃப்ல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, every father is a visionary. He is worried about the distant future. அப்போ every father should behave like a karma yogi, should live the life of a karma yogan. And every father should be a master and he should not be a slave. And if a father is a slave to some custom, some badge, or to some ism, everything will be lost. Father should enjoy a sense of freedom and he must be able to give the sense of freedom to his sons and daughters, because freedom and responsibility, they are two sides of the same coin. யாருகிட்ட freedom இருக்கோ அவங்க